After burning the tripod bridge, I still had other chores to do before meeting the others in Tennessee. Firstly, I had to meet a gal pal to get help on setting up the new Sonichu site that is to be Wikipedia. I stopped by the Seaville Barnes & Noble and met lovely weather of today. Our fated first date was set. I also had further secured my bank and online accounts with password changes and ID theft protection. Plus, I had checked in with the Quickville Board of Directors to inform them of the game plan. Now it is time I took out the garbage. As Chris recalls his itinerary, we see his first encounter with the lovely weather of 2008. "You are a funny man, Chris." Smiley face. She says. "Thank you, lovely," replies Chris. He touches her shoulder and adds, "Would you like to have dinner with me later?" "Sounds good to me," Lovely answers. Chris also recalls meeting with the board of directors. The directors sit around a large table, smiling as Chris Chan Sonichu enters through an open window to explain his plan. Later, at the 4centgarbagemagazine.com building, we find the nefarious Jason Kendrick Howell is observing Chris Chan Sonichu on a massive flat-screen TV. "Ah," says the Dark Lord, "Mr. Chandler is dashing right into my trap. Feel, prepare for Grand Theft Metal." A sign hanging from the monitor informs us that CWC favors Blu-ray discs for HID-def quality. At Jason's side, we see an Xbox 360 console, wired to the monitor, and an Xbox controller in his hands. Below, a small creature with a zipper on his chest informs us, Little Big Planet is coming exclusively for PlayStation 3. Reserve or buy your copy of the official game disc, and if you don't have a PS3, buy one. The first official Sonichu level from Christian Weston Chandler is fully published on the LVP network now. Enjoy playing it. Thank you, Sony. Do not buy or download illegal copies of LVP on Wii or Xbox 360. It is punishable by law. Outside the 4-cent garbage building, Chris Chan arrives at the main entrance and waits patiently. "Good," he says. "All I need now is my Autobot Sonichu and Sonichu with my PS3 guitar, and I'll be ready to rock that house down." As Chris Chan checks his watch, Jason watches over him from inside and uses his Xbox 360 controller to spring his trap. A metal cage appears over Chris Chan's head and drops down on him. "Ah!" cries Chris as the metal bars surround him. He attempts to spin dash his way out, but ends up bouncing headfirst off the unforgiving metal. Briefly holding his injured head, Chris Chan tries to spin dash the ground under the cage, but to no avail. This time he holds his knee in bitter agony. Shoot, he thinks. I've become the victim of a hacked program. That Jason and his trolls really grind my gears. Suddenly, a red beam strikes Chris Chan in his chest, hitting his transformation spot. "What the?" Chris asks. He reverts back to his human form of Christian Chandler. "Dang it!" he shouts. The red beam immobilizes Chris and targets the Sonichu medallion on his chest. Then it drags the medallion away from Chris's body, leaving Chris lying on the floor, powerless. "No!" wails Chris as the medallion is drawn through the bars of the cage. It drops into the crimson hand of Jason's demonic lackey, Beal. "I have the power," boasts Beal, who raises the medallion in triumph. However, much to Beal's surprise, the medallion disappears in his hand. "What's wrong with this thing?" he growls. "I feel nothing." Then, inside the cage, Chris's high school ring begins to crackle with electrical power. "My ring!" Chris says, examining his right hand. "My high school ring!" Regaining his old confidence, Chris smiles and adjusts his glasses. A side note informs us that Chris has fangs for his eye teeth. "Heh," Chris says. "You can put me down, you can snag my medal, but you can never take or destroy my heart, my soul, or my powers. Ha!" Chris aims his fist at Beal, and a blue energy beam fires from the stone in his ring. It singes Beal's hand, and the medallion reappears, now safe in the blue aura of Chris's ring. "Ow!" says Beal. He looks on impotently as the medallion floats before him, then disappears. "Where'd it go?" he asks. "I teleported the original medal into the well-trusted hands of my true sweetheart, Blanca," says Chris. "It's time for you to pay the price." Holding his ring over his head, he cries, "Electric Hedgehog Power!" In a flash, Chris transforms once more into Christian Sonichu. "Oh, says Beal. "Hyper Beam!" shouts Chris as he fires a blast of power from his hands. The impact of the blast kills Beal immediately and sends him crashing through the door of the 4-cent garbage building. And now for something completely different. Inside the building, we find English football personality James Jimmy Hill, officer of the Order of the British Empire. Chris Chan's hyper beam hits him squarely in the face, knocking out all of his teeth. "Our oath, Rye Reef?" asks the bewildered 80-year-old man. "Dinsdale!" cries a strange hedgehog from out of nowhere. Adding to the confusion, beloved American cartoon star Bugs Bunny appears to say, "You truly deserve that, you thieving imposter." "Jimmy!" growls Sonichu. An author's note attempts to inform us that Jimmy Hill is an imposter and a thief. Do not buy his false merchandise. Oh, cock.